This corporate form of tyranny is in decline. Doesn't matter that we'll be dealing with it for decades. The point is the worm has turned. I want to take phone calls, and I got some special reports coming up where I get into the public announcement by the Democrats and former CIA directors. The articles are on Infowars.com, The Hill, AP, you name it, to overthrow the president outside of impeachment. God, that's dangerous. And they say he's this incompetent loser. I shot an emergency report to the president today. The enemy, as Bill Maher has said, knows that I'm synced to the president, and that is a fact. Only because anybody that doesn't want to destroy the republic and live in slavery is synced. But yeah, we're spiritually hooked up. That's what the spirit is. So that's coming up. We've entered a new phase. And I'm not worried about what happens to me. I'm worried about what happens to the continuum of humanity. And I bitch and gripe on air, and I'm frustrated. But the crew is awesome. You're awesome, the listeners, the viewers. I'm just really ashamed that the globalists are as bad as I thought they were. You know, I kind of hoped I was kind of demonizing them 20 years ago, and they weren't as bad as I thought. But these are people that have turned themselves over to unlimited power grabbing because they don't have any power. And I kept hearing from Roger Stone and people that Trump wants to just try to turn things around and leave in 4 years. No one's ever done that. And I talked to some high-level people in Congress, and I talked to some high-level folks in the campaign, and I talked to some others, and I finally had a chance to talk to somebody very close to Trump, very close, about as close as you can get. And he said, wouldn't that be nice, Alex, if we could do that? He said, that would be nice. And I said, well, is that the case? He said, that'd be nice. That's what I'd like to do. And that wasn't talk, man. That's classy. Because he's already got physical and spiritual power, that he's not a piece of crap. And he wants to make people successful and get out of our way. And he doesn't care about the White House or any of that stuff. And I just sat back and like, the realization that they wanted George Washington to be king. He served 2 terms and left. He didn't want to be it. And, well, I'm going to go to your phone calls now. I'm going to shut up. It's just that it's the classic story, because they had this misquoted Media Matters article about Jones says he was offered $100 million a year to sell out. No, I said $10 million a year. It meant nothing. But I was explaining the story of how they tried to buy me off 18, 19 years ago, and then how they got so upset when I turned down the TV shows and all of it. It meant nothing to me. I was telling the story not to brag that I'd been offered, 100 pounds of manure I could eat. I was explaining how it was crap, but they always want to make their crap gold. It's like they had this, quote, Fox News vice president. Probably wasn't even a Fox, probably made up, Newark Daily News. Because even 6, 7 years ago, I still thought they might tell the truth some. I knew they were liars, but not that bad. They've been liars long before that. And I had turned down these 3 Fox TV shows because they were just total crap. And I didn't want to do that. And they had an article in Newark Daily News going, Alex Jones wants to be Glenn Beck. And Alex Jones tried to get Fox shows, but he's not Fox worthy. And I sat back and I looked at that. And it was just, I was like, oh my, that was an epiphany. They need us to worship that. They need us to think like Tinseltown, like it's the castle on the hill, it's Valhalla, it's the end of the Yellowbrook Road, it's everything. And it's like, oh my, there's nothing there. Your wife, your husband, your children, going fishing, making dinner, that's human life. That's real. Not, I'll be somebody someday when I kiss the butt of the New World Order. All right, I swear I'm going to go to your calls. Let me see who I got here. We got Bradley and Jay and Samuel and Amber and Chase and Carlos and Mark and Mark and Mark. A bunch of Marks today. Can you guys move that thing down? I can't see the call. Sorry. That screen there. And we got Greg in Iowa and a bunch of other people. Who should we go to yet? Greg says the globalists use cult-like tactics to get people in a trance. Well, that's true. God heard Clapper and Brennan say they will get Trump. Mark says that. Carlos says Jeff Sessions not addressing real issues. Chase says California alarm, the Purge movie prediction in U.S. Oh, that's where the Army's KKK and they run around and kill black people. I mean, every show is white people killing black. I mean, oh, trying to start a race war? It's in the WikiLeaks. We already know. It's not black people doing that, by the way. It's the media and all the liberals that, oh, Starbucks has racial inclusion. You're a white guy, black guy trying to get a cup of coffee. You're like, you're not about race. You're like, what the hell is this? I mean, it's so obvious. I know what's in their minds. I just can't believe that scum like this. God, I want to get along with everybody so bad. Oh, man, so hard. Let's go ahead and go to Mark in San Jose, California. Where are you at, Mark?
I'm in San Jose, California. Yeah, you know, in regards to Clapper and Brennan, I would like to say the Lord Jesus Christ said, every idle word that men shall speak, they will give account thereof on Judgment Day. For by your words you'll be justified, and by your words you'll be condemned. Now, what did I mean by that? I think it should be obvious. Now, here these guys, Alex, come out, and they say they're going to remove a sitting, duly elected president and not by impeachment.
It's outrageous criminal activity.
Yeah, but listen.
Let me tell you something. If I said I was going to remove a federal judge in Austin, which I'm not, it's hypothetical, and I was coming after him, I should be investigated, probably arrested. I mean, if you follow the law. Exactly. It's this lawlessness. Let's intimidate. Let's get everybody, like, remember, like, let's go shoot. Remember CNN? Well, another cop got killed. Well, cops deserve it. You know, they need to do something for Black Lives Matter. What? Because a cop might have done something wrong in another state. You go shoot some cop pumping gas in Houston? Let me tell you something, man. I'm not in some cop worshiping fest, but I am pissed by crap like that. That's dangerous.
Absolutely. And the reason why they call them San Jose's finest is because they are, for the most part. I actually had an incident today, and they acted very, very professionally. But, you know, getting back to Clapper and Brennan, listen, you boys, I want you to know something, okay? If Trump is taken out, you're dead meat, and you're dead meat the same day. You understand me? There's a God in heaven, and he knows what you're doing, and he's watching you, okay? And
well, let me be really sick here. I don't want Trump to die. I know Trump's real and a great guy. He's just not out to get America. He doesn't get why they hate America. That's why they call him dumb. He doesn't get their sick fantasy. But if they kill Trump, do you understand the level of victory we'll have if they do it? And I think he may be understanding that. Okay, I'm going to try to jam in as many calls as I can right now, from Carlos to Chris to everybody. Mark in Oregon says he has a solution. Each caller gets about a minute because I got to move fast. I want to hear from you all. So that's out of respect, not disrespect. Mark in Oregon, go ahead.
Great to see you, Alex. Alex, what it amounts to at this point, I think, I don't see any ending to this as far as this treason and sedition goes from the top to the bottom, whether you're talking about on college campuses all the way up to Obama himself. But more realistically, I think we could call the top of it, say, the ilk of Brennan and the ones you've gone over today, Clapper and forget his name, the TV.
No, I talked to high-level people today, and you know me, I'm anti-police state. They're trying to launch a police state and kill our election. Today I said, when does the military move? And the military is behind Trump right now, and it's being strongly considered right now. So,
yeah. I was going to mention that. I think it's most important that actually, as far as the power goes, it's many white hats against a few black hats, and all for all practice.
Oh, yeah, they'll fall very quickly. It's a bunch of corporate media, communist funded. God bless you. I see your comment. The solution, declare martial law or military tribunal. Here's the thing. We've been under martial law. Trump's trying to bring America back. There's a lot of optics to that, and I think Trump is tricking them into their moves. The problem is he's surrounded by a bunch of cowards, and I've been talking to the folks that aren't cowards, and I'm going to leave it at that, and they understand exactly what's going on, and so I'm just very honored to be basically the chaplain of this operation. I appreciate your call. And the enemy knows that. They call them, you know, I don't want to brag to listeners, but they should also know what's going on. I can't lie to the listeners. The enemy sees me as the prophet, like they said 7-8 years ago, Alex Jones, the prophet of the Tea Party. They see in archetypes. They see me as the prophet and then Trump as the deliverer, like Moses. It's not a Christ figure, it's a Moses figure, and they want to get me and they want to get Trump. And let me tell you, I'm not on a power trip, folks. I'm just telling you what they say. This is what goes on in the enemy's brain. And it's much bigger. You, all of you, are more important than I am. Because I want you to know, if they kill me or put me in prison, whatever they do, the idea goes on. But these globalists are Satanists. So they believe power is endued in the individual, not in the spirit. They don't understand, like, we're all already, see, they claim they're collectivists. They're not. Like, the thing is, we're collectivists. I'm a total collectivist. But collectivism is individualism deciding on the collective for the greater good. It's not a collective over the individual. That's slavery. It's the collective is the individual deciding on the collective and then sacrificing. Everything we are is built on that. And then they say they're collectivists when they're not collectivists. They are liars. Anyways, there's so many great callers here. Let's talk to Chase in California. You're on the air. I've seen the script of The Purge and seen the trailer. They have like the army wears KKK outfits and goes and kills black people. What's your view on that?
Hey, Alex, thanks for taking my call. This is Chase the Patriot, front lines of California again. I'm doing that reporter challenge, and I just filed a report, actually, on what you're talking about.
Great.
I tried to take a break, and I tried to watch a little World Cup soccer. I don't watch a lot because I got a job, actually.
I understand.
And the first ad I saw was this new movie called The Purge, right? It's the first Purge. So I started watching this ad, and it's horrible. It's violence. It's racial violence. It's the American flag getting desecrated, and I'm just getting upset. So I start to kind of think about what's going on, and their ad says, we need a new revolution on July 4th. And so when you go start thinking about what the Purge, you know, in history, we know what the Purge is. That's Russia. That's communism. That's Stalin. That's millions of people killed.
And they're claiming we're doing it, so the left must answer with a purge against us. They're trying to launch their purge July 4th. You're absolutely right.
But here's the problem, Alex. See, before they can do something that bad, it's already been done before. So we have a memory of it. So what they're doing with an attack on language is they're trying to remove. If you go Google The Purge today, you won't learn about Russia. You're going to learn about these Hollywood movies. So once they eliminate the real reason...
No, you're right. Google is going through totally criminally. Google's a totally broken search engine now. And you're right, exactly. It's like on medical stuff, anything, it's all BS now. Google is always said don't be evil because it's pure evil. Great point, Chase. Call me back tomorrow. Let's talk to Marco in North Carolina. Marco, you're on the air. Go ahead. Thanks.
Hey, this is Marco Amaya. I'm in North Carolina. And can you hear me, Alex?
I can. Go ahead.
I'm a music producer, and I produce patriotic music, and I was just playing at a venue here in Mooresville, North Carolina. And they're usually used to listening to all the propaganda sort of rap music that goes on, which controls people's minds, especially my age, 23 years old. So I started playing the Americana music in front of them. And a lot of them, it just sorted out the people. You know, the people that didn't understand it just had to walk out. And all the people that truly believed in this country and what is right, you know, they stayed there and they passionately, you know, gave me their energy and their love. But it really goes to show, you know, how divided the country is in terms of psychologically through all the propaganda.
Exactly, and they want to force all their minions to go out and confront those of us that see through it. This is desperate last gasp. I'm not going to sit here and say a bunch of positive stuff, just say it. We're in a real fight, but we're winning.
Absolutely. That's why I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm also going to apply to work with you at InfoWars at the Live Sound department because I truly believe in what you're doing. So thank you, Alex.
Well, brother, we're trying to fund ourselves, so God bless you. The biggest thing people can do is we can hire people is buy products at InfoWarsStore.com. I barely even plug it. Great, amazing products, InfoWarsStore.com. 50% off our fluoride-free toothpaste. It's amazing with iodine, colloidal silver fortified, InfoWarsStore.com. Let's talk to Carlos in Canada. Carlos, thanks for holding her on the air. Go ahead.
Thank you, Alex. Just wanted to mention briefly that come October, there may be a surprise. You see, Bill Maher could not hold himself back. He's privy to information that mills around. And he probably has learned that in this October, a nice market crash and possibly a decline in the economy would be the precursor for the claims that President Trump has been misguiding.
I totally agree with you. They are planning a market crash to blame Trump in October.
Yes, and the whole point I wanted to make to you was the fact that President Trump placed his trust in Senator Jeff Sessions. In 2005, I believe, he worked with Jeff Sessions on a Senate committee on the renovations to the United Nations. And he was very impressed by the senator. But you see, the trust he placed in the senator, his trust is to the Senate, is not to Donald Trump, the president. And so Senator Jeff Sessions knew very well that both political parties didn't want outsiders coming in and causing one party to overrule the other. They have a system whereby both political parties, they take the country back and forth from each other. Come November, they would like to have the Democrats.
No, he doesn't want a real revolution. You're right. So I agree with you. They're planning to crash the U.S. economy. Extendowise, the latest product from InfoWarsLife.com, fuses all the known compounds that have been proven to be good for our hearts and cardiovascular system. And listen, everybody's got a heart. Well, actually, maybe Hillary and George Soros don't, but everybody else has a heart, and this product is amazing. So if you have a heart and you want the very best product out there that's designed to aid a healthy heart and cardiovascular system, it's Extendowise, available at InfoWarsLife.com. And like all of our products are game changers, this baby is the most souped up, awesome version the top formulators can come up with and still be affordable. It's one of the very best heart pills out there. It's Extendowise. So get some for yourself and family and friends. It's got the very best fish oil from the fjords. It's very, very pure, very, very clean, and has the EPA type that is specifically good for the heart, cardiovascular system. It's got the properly formulated type of CoQ10 and more. It is Extendowise, now available at InfoWarsLife.com.